Hi everybody, welcome back. I am here with Meg from Makeup in the 702. And first off, before I introduce her, I want to say her team did my hair and makeup today. Yay. And I am super happy about it because I guess the thing that I immediately felt about it, and my friends who are here that know me really well, is the hairstyle is very me, but more glamorous. And the thing that's perfect about that is that's kind of in line with Makeup in the 702's kind of tagline. So what is that tagline, Meg?
It's me, only me on my most beautiful day.
Yeah, me on my most beautiful day. So
Yes.
That is exactly what this hairstyle entailed for me. And the makeup, too, was really good because I don't wear a lot of makeup. So I'm always nervous that it's going to be like too much and I'm going to think I look weird, even though I'm sure everyone else thinks I look beautiful. But it was just perfect all the way around, and I wanted to say thank you so much to the Makeup in the 702, I can't talk, team for that.
It is our pleasure. And so we have 5 hair and makeup teams. And today, Steffi and Jeanette did your hair and makeup. So
awesome.
They're one of our fabulous teams, and you can see their Instagram as well,
awesome.
And their body of work. But you're right, it's you just on your most beautiful day. And what's funny is not only was that the first thing you said to me today when I walked in, but you also said, you were walking different.
Oh.
You had a little spring in your step that I don't always see. Not that, you're loofy or anything, but you were literally like gliding. I'm gliding here kind of thing. And I thought that was cute.
Good.
So, and even your mommy said you look great.
Aw,
and that
yay.
means a lot. So, and this is your special day because you're here hosting all of us. So it doesn't have to just be a wedding day. Kind of like Ella said.
Right.
It's about the woman.
We need to feel special and empowered all the time because we are.
You bet.
Well, tell us a little bit about Makeup in the 702 before we go plowing into our questions here.
Absolutely. So we will be entering our 20th year here in Las Vegas. We service all of Las Vegas, Henderson, anything in the Clark County-ish area. Again, I mentioned earlier that we have 5 hair and makeup teams. And that really sets us apart from just, a freelancer or someone who's doing this part-time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do full-time 100% of the time. So not just weddings. I would say the majority of what we do is weddings, whether it's large, small, elopement, mini-moni. But we also do headshots and we do boudoir photo, family photos, and right now we're doing a lot of senior photos. Because senior session is right now. So.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yep. So this is what we do every single day, full time. All of our artists and stylists are licensed, which is so important that every client knows, who you are and what you're doing. Just like if you were going to have someone serve you food, you'd want to make sure they were health board certified. Well, as we are. So that's important to know. And I got to tell you, Laura, I'm absolutely so excited to tell you how very, very busy we are this fall.
That's fantastic.
It's been just a...
Busy news is the best news.
It really is the best news. And certainly I would always be here when you asked me to be here. And thank you so much. But, starting in August, we really started picking up. There are a lot of people coming from all over the country. I'd like to say world, but we're not quite there yet. Soon. All over the country that are coming here to keep their original dates. So they're eloping or they're coming here to start planning their 2021 weddings. So they're doing their trials.
Oh.
And then we have all of our fall brides that we've been praying and holding out for them for months and months and months and months. And I'm doing their 30-day out confirmations and their 1-week confirmations.
Yay.
We're doing these like virtual high fives. Like we're doing it.
I'm so glad we're not canceling or rescheduling weddings anymore. That's fantastic news. Yeah.
We've definitely turned a corner. I can't predict the future, neither can the brides. But what I want everyone to know is, because it's a question that I'm asked, is what if my wedding gets postponed? And,
right.
This is a planning 2021 bride. What if it gets postponed? We're going to work together because we don't know what is going to happen or not going to happen.
Right.
But I'm so grateful and so blessed to know that there's so many of our clients that are not only persevering forward with their original plans, they're flocking here to the wedding capital of the world.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yes, to get married. And they're doing things fast and quick. So these mini monis, they're popping up within 2 weeks.
Okay.
So don't think that you can't come here because you don't have these big long range plans.
Right.
So
For sure.
we've kind of got these 3 big clienteles going on right now.
Now, are you mostly doing brides, or are you seeing the whole the whole wedding party right now as
It's a
well?
great question. So certainly if you're coming here to elope, elope means something a little different than people think. It's not always just the bride and groom. Sometimes it's bride and groom and, you know, a handful of friends, so on and so forth. So either way, an elopement is 1 to 2 people is what I'd like to say. But again, fall, and all of our fall brides that have held out this entire time, these are 5 to 10 person parties.
Okay, awesome.
So we do a lot of hair and makeup September, October, and November.
Now, if you are having a full wedding, why is it important to get your bridesmaids' hair done too? Or even possibly, you know, the gentlemen as well?
You bet. Ooh, good question. So let's talk about the bridal party first, and then I do want to talk about men's grooming because when we talk about turning corners, that has really come full circle around. So for bridal parties, I always assume that there is a bride, 2 moms, and at least a maid of honor. So that's 4.
Okay.
And then there's bridesmaids. So I like to gauge and say at least there's going to be 4 people, because those 4 people are going to be, and I'll just use this as an example, in a group photo.
Right.
So.
And how fun is that group photo?
Thank you. The confetti forever. Just FYI, in case you do that anytime.
You'll be cleaning
It's
confetti
fun,
for the rest
fun,
of your
fun,
life.
but rent a hotel room and let them clean it up because it's something else.
They don't charge extra for that, do they?
Maybe. We cleaned it up. But so when you look at this group photo, for example, certainly we're all hair and makeup artists, and this is our team. The reason that professional hair and makeup, it's kind of one of these kids is doing his own thing if there's only one person out of the group that gets it done. Now, let's just say I'm the bride right there in the middle. Okay, you could see because I'm the star if I'm the bride, and I should look this way. But every single other person, we're pretending like these are bridesmaids, is just as important in that party to the bride.
Right.
Oftentimes, it's a special, special treat that you can give to your bridal party. So if you're asking your bridal party to buy the dress, buy the shoes, plus a gift, and travel, and hotel, and accommodations, and don't forget the bachelorette party, and on and on and on.
All these costs.
Yes, you really are asking a lot of that bridesmaid, and they're more than happy to do it. Trust me. They're your girl, they're your homie. They want to do that. But how wonderful is it that you're giving them the gift of beauty? That way you all that morning aren't fighting with a brush and an iron, and your skin that won't, has blemishes and won't take the cover up right. You guys get together and you open champagne and you have a great big party in the hours leading up to your photos and ceremony.
You all get to feel confident and amazing.
Absolutely.
But also the photos.
It is. And number 2, I was just going to say that. And a photographer told me this many, many years ago when they did 35 millimeter. They told me, and it still is true
that's
today.
Film,
yes,
in case
that's
people
film,
don't know.
you guys. They told me that the reason as a photographer that they thought it was so important that every single member of the wedding party who's going to be in the photos the majority of the time, so that's the 2 moms plus your maid of honor and then anybody else in the party, is because in the photo, if everyone doesn't have professional hair and makeup, it shines through and there's no amount of editing that they can do. When the hair of one person, you and I, are very professional looking, and then you've got the limp curls of somebody else, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And when your bridesmaid sticks out, that detracts from you in the middle of the photo.
Right.
So you're detracting from your own center of attention, if I can say that. The other thing is when it comes to makeup is in the editing process, it looks tiger striped or zebra striped. You've got one person that is professional, the other person, that photographer in the editing mode can't quite get them right.
Right.
Because not only are they sticking out like a sore thumb, but they're trying to go back and edit the flesh tones and try and make the eyes pop and the teeth white, and it's too much on one person. So that bridesmaid or that mom who doesn't need any hair and makeup, because that's what they tell you, but they do, that person is actually going to look even poorer in person. And I don't mean in monetary value. They're going to look not great next to all of you.
Right.
So, and it shows in that end result group photo.
Yeah.
And why did you ask them to stand up if you didn't want them to celebrate with you and look fabulous right next to you as well?
Right.
So, I mean, why require them to have this dress or
if you're not going to make sure it's, yeah.
Absolutely. And so the easiest way to ensure your photos are outstanding, and it is maybe a little controlling, I get it, as the bride, but if you just say, I'm getting everybody hair and makeup, and you forego the flasks and the robes, and all the robes are really cute, but you forego all of these other little gifts, you know, if you're on that budget, I mean, literally, you have saved yourself time, because planning takes time, but you are giving yourself an insurance policy that all of your girls are showing up, nobody's crabby, everybody's ready to go, everyone's in the same room, they're there to celebrate with you.
And not just the cost of the makeup itself, you're probably spending clearly over $1,000 on your photographer.
Sure.
Do you want to spend $1,000 on your photographer and then have those pictures not turn out how you want them because Jenny Sue's makeup wasn't good? I don't think so.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing is, again, when you're planning a wedding and you have a budget, you have to choose which items are most important to you, what you value most. So maybe it's all about the cupcakes for you, or the floral, or, you know, and maybe hair and makeup is secondary. Well, that might be true, or maybe you don't want to pay $10,000 for photography. So if you are getting that $1,000 photographer, you still need to make sure that even if the quality isn't there, that you guys are still showing up. Because my famous saying is, after the food has been eaten and the flowers have wilted, what do you have left? You have this. You have your photos. They hang on the wall for generations. And so when you're a grandmother and, you know, your second grandchild is looking at your wedding photo on the wall, we want them to say, oh, Granny, you're so pretty.
Aww,
and timeless and classic, not, did you get married in 2020? That's when Corona happened, right? So...
You look like you had Corona, Granny.
I know, right? We don't want Corona. Like, you can.
So make sure you guys call Megan and that you check her out on Instagram, because she's always posting great stuff. So that's at Makeup in the 702.
Thank you.
And, you know, make sure you reach out once you guys know your date, location, and start time.
We'd love to chat about hair and makeup.